He's going to hang on, or they'll stop the fight. Down he goes. Now he's hurt. It's all over.
Number 10, Mike Tyson versus Henry Tilman.
The Tyson camp dearly wants for their fighter is one of those 90-second knockouts on which his destroyer reputation was built.
Iron Mike was attempting to regain a step during his 1990 bout against the gold medal Olympian Henry Tilman. Tyson had recently lost his undisputed heavyweight title against James Buster Douglas, so this bout was subtitled The Road Back, in order to capitalize upon a potential Tyson comeback.
Now question, how much does that remind Tyson of the overhead right that Buster Douglas kept stuffing into his mouth in Tokyo?
Tilman previously had Tyson's number while both were amateur competitors, but this night was a completely different story.
Right to the face of Tilman.
Iron Mike was the aggressor right from Jump Street, and Tilman could do little but attempt to avoid Tyson's blows and clinch whenever possible. This tactic didn't really help in the end, and Tyson knocked out Tilman at 2 minutes and 47 seconds in the first round.
He's allowing Mike Tyson to trap him in the corner.
Number 9, Mike Tyson versus Jesse Ferguson.
He is a fast starter. One thing we should mention, Jimmy, before the action heats up too much, is this is a 16-foot ring.
The tale of the tape here implied that Jesse Ferguson's impressive record of 14-1 back in 1986 might serve the boxer well during this fight against Iron Mike Tyson. The reality of the situation, however, was that Ferguson probably wasn't ready for what was about to hit him, particularly in the 5th round. For it was here where Tyson absolutely leveled Ferguson with an uppercut in the corner.
Was in trouble in both the first and 10th rounds, and now he's in trouble here.
To be fair, this wasn't the end of the night for Ferguson, but his excessive holding in the 6th round ended up giving the TKO victory to Tyson at 1 minute and 19 seconds.
It appeared that the nose of Jesse Ferguson was broken by the brilliant uppercut.
Number 8, Mike Tyson versus Donovan Ruddock 2.
A hard body punch by Tyson. That's the real Tyson right there.
This rematch against Donovan Razor Ruddock just had to happen, given the controversy of a referee stoppage that marred the pair's first bout earlier in the year. Thankfully, this match did not disappoint, as Tyson versus Ruddock 2 was a brutal and hard-hitting affair.
Get this. There's a left by Ruddock.
Both men went the distance and got in plenty of offense, although Tyson seemed to have Ruddock's number in this fight. There was no knockout on this night, and Ruddock did land a few powerful punches that led to Tyson getting a perforated eardrum. In the end, however, a unanimous decision went to Tyson after his devastating blows broke Ruddock's jaw and swelled his left eye completely shut.
Now the right combination. Steele steps in. Is it over? It's over.
Number 7, Mike Tyson versus Marvin Frasier.
Jim, in my opinion, it is not a matter of if Mike Tyson knocks out Marvin Frasier, but it's just a matter of when.
Smokin' Joe Frazier's son Marvis had nothing to be ashamed about when it came to his boxing career. His amateur career was seriously impressive, while the younger Frazier's final professional record would be 19-2. Unfortunately, one of those professional losses came at the meat-hook hands of Mike Tyson, who was, at that point, rising up through the ranks.
The reason I and a lot of other people don't think he can win against Tyson is the fact that his style is made to order for Mike.
Frazier, in his own words, underestimated Tyson, while many boxing journalists lamented Frazier shifting his out style of fighting to the in style of his father.
Marvis must move or we're going to be out of here very, very quickly.
Tyson annihilated Frazier in 30 seconds, a record time for the former's professional career.
And Marvis is hurt.
Frazier is down. Joe Cortez moves in to have a look.
Number 6, Mike Tyson versus Frank Bruno.
This will not be the first time that Mike Tyson and Frank Bruno have faced each other in a boxing ring when Tyson was 16 years old.
The pairing of Iron Mike Tyson and Frank Bruno competed against each other a number of times, but it's this bout from 1989 for Tyson's undisputed heavyweight championship that makes our cuts. This is thanks largely to the aggressive boxing play from both men.
Come on, punch this side of it out. Punch it out. Mike Tyson Tyson, I recall, throws a bolo shot with the same hand.
Tyson knocked Bruno down early in the first round, but the challenger would later stagger Tyson with a dynamic combination of his own. However, Iron Mike would dominate future rounds in the fights, with the referee ultimately stopping the bout near the end of the fifth, awarding Tyson a technical knockout.
There's the uppercut.
Those are the short uppercuts that do so much damage, and people just don't appreciate those little short shots.
Number 5, Mike Tyson versus Tony Tubbs.
You both received instructions earlier in the day, and therefore you know the rules. I wish you both an awful lot of luck now. Return to your corners to await the starting bell. Good luck.
This championship bout from 1988 actually featured a stunning flurry of opening offense from the challenger Tony Tubbs. Tubbs, by some accounts, won the first round against Tyson, utilizing his speed and agility to avoid Tyson's power.
Watch for the left hook by Mike Tyson.
The challenger also landed some impressive jabs against Tyson during this opening, but all bets were off as the second round drew to a close.
I couldn't tell whether or not that punch hurt.
Tubbs is hurt. Tubbs is hurt badly.
This was thanks to Tyson cornering Tubbs and laying into him with body shots, uppercuts, and hooks that ultimately decimated the chances of Tony Tubbs. Iron Mike was ultimately awarded the win via technical knockout.
And for those that say Mike is not really a one-punch knockouter, I think they need to look at some films again.
Number 4, Mike Tyson versus Tony Tucker.
There's a line in the movie Full Metal Jacket. You can talk the talk, can you walk the walk?
Iron Mike Tyson's 1988 fight against Tony Tubbs wasn't the first time an opponent had made the heavyweight champion work for his purse. This bout took place a year earlier at the Las Vegas Hilton, pitting Tyson against a fearsome competitor by the name of Tony Tucker. There seemed to be no fear in Tucker's eyes on this night, as he gamely squared up against Iron Mike.
I'm surprised there's not a lot of head movement from Mike Tyson. He's just walking directly in front of Tony Tucker, and that's what Tony's able to get those punches off.
It wouldn't be until midway through the bout that Tyson managed to utilize his power game to take the upper hand.
We have to see more combinations if you want to get Tucker and get him out of there.
There was no clear knockout between this pair, but the judge's unanimous decision after 12 rounds awarded Iron Mike Tyson his first undisputed heavyweight championship.
Was he a better fighter than you thought?
It was very hard to tell because he did a great deal of hold lift. He threw very fast punches. Number
3, Mike Tyson versus Larry Holmes.
Iron Mike Tyson.
It was a professional boxing bout billed as heavyweight history, a meeting of two living legends. The memory of the Easton assassin Larry Holmes' controversial dismantling of Muhammad Ali in 1980 was still in the minds of many, and it would be Tyson who would emerge victorious on this evening.
Again, Tyson tries to put the pressure on Larry. Larry knows how to tie him up.
His win almost seemed like a foregone conclusion, and Holmes was never able to get out of first gear during the pair's contest. Iron Mike was dominant and battered Holmes over the course of 4 rounds. Tyson ultimately won the contest via technical knockout.
He's got to hang on, or he'll stop the fight. Down he goes. Larry's hurt. It's all over.
Number 2, Trevor Berbick versus Mike Tyson.
Any question from the challenger, Chief Second? Any question from the champion or Chief Second? All right, let's get it on. Come on.
If it seemed as if the newly crowned WBC heavyweight champion Trevor Berbick barely had time to enjoy his decision victory over Pinklin Thomas, that's only because the champ had a hungry Mike Tyson waiting in the wings. Tyson challenged for Burbick's title on November 22, 1986, with a fearsome pedigree. He was undefeated in 27 fights and had 25 wins by knockouts notched in his belt.
Catches him with on foot. Trevor's ready to go again. Tyson knows that he can score at will now.
The experienced yet older Bourbick didn't really stand a chance, and Iron Mike dominated the bout from bell to bell. The coup de grace occurred at 2 minutes and 35 seconds after Tyson knocked out Bourbick with a vicious left hook.
That uppercut is Tyson. Catches him with a light left hook, and he goes down. He goes down. He should be able to get up from this.
Number 1, Mike Tyson versus Michael Spinx.
How Michael Spinx can deal with the extreme pressure that Tyson puts on a fighter.
There was admittedly a lot of hype that led up to this 1988 bout between the two undefeated fighters, Iron Mike Tyson and Michael Spinx. Both men were champions, with Tyson holding 3 sanctioned titles and Spinx earning 2 magazine championships from The Ring and Boxing Illustrated.
Michael Spinx getting a little movement.
This was due to Spinx being stripped of the IBF title, but this mattered little in the end since Tyson knocked out his challenger in only 91 seconds.
And that is the first time Michael Spinx has ever been down in a professional fight.
And he's down again and in serious trouble.
It was a gruesome affair and once again proved Iron Mike's reputation as one of the hardest hitting and fearsome champions to ever enter a boxing ring.
There was so much buildup that we can only wish that there was something more interesting or important to say from here at ringside in Atlantic City.
Is Mike Tyson the best boxer of all time? If not, who is? Sound off in the comments.
WBC heavyweight champion of the world, and he's a youngster named Mike Tyson who can reign for a long, long time.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from Watch Mojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.